this is Professor Sarah. Today we're going to talk about how to write in English. Have you ever written something in English? Writing in English is different from speaking, listening, of course. So writing in English, there are some steps and process and tips, and today we're going to talk about it together, okay? So let's get started. So we're going to talk about 4 different steps. First one, we'll talk about writing process. Number 2, we'll talk about writing structure. Number 3, writing tips. So there are some important writing tips, and that tips will help you your writing to be more effective and professional. Last one, we're going to practice it together. So following the writing tips and following the writing process, we will try writing in English all together. Okay? Are you guys ready? So let's dive into it. So first one, we'll talk about writing steps. So these are 5 basic writing steps, and number 6, we can add one more, which is writing a final draft. Okay? So except number 6, there are 5 steps first, and we'll talk about it. Okay. Number 1, what is it? It's brainstorm. Number 2, make an outline. Number 3, write a first draft. Okay. So before you actually start writing, which is number 3, we make brainstorm first and then outline. Here, number 2 is the most important part. So what is outline? Outline is making a plan for writing. And we are going to talk about outline structure, and we also try writing an outline together. Okay? What about number 1, brainstorm? Have you ever heard the word brainstorm? Okay, I will show you an example in a few seconds. Okay, so after you complete number 1 step and number 2 step, we're going to actually start writing. So what you have to remember is that you don't just start writing right away, okay? So you choose the topic, you just write just whatever you want. You can actually do that if you're really good at writing, but this is our first step and we're not really familiar with writing an essay in English. So we are starting step by step. Brainstorm first. Based on brainstorm, we make an outline, which is a guideline or maybe plan for writing. And then we write first draft. So first draft, second draft. Okay, first draft is just like practicing. So that's not your final writing. So after you write a first draft, number 4, so you can read each other's, okay, and also get feedbacks from each other. Okay, so maybe you can show it to your professor, or maybe you can show it to your boss, right? Or senior, or maybe even friends, and get some feedbacks. Oh, do you understand all the sentences? What do you think about my writing? Please tell me your honest opinions, okay? And based on the feedbacks you got from, just people, you can also do editing, okay? So number 5 is proofreading. So proofreading means after you finish writing your first draft, you read it by yourself, okay? And you check it. So you never submit or report or maybe essay or writing right away after you finish it. You read it by yourself. Is it correct? Is all the sentences understandable? Am I making a clear point? Okay? So there are some standards, self-assessment, okay, self-checking, okay, proofreading. They are all the same meaning. So you do the proofreading, and then based on proofreading and also feedbacks, you edit your writing. And then number 6, your last step is you rewrite. So number 3, it's your just first draft, which is not your final version, but number 6, it's your final version, and you rewrite it again. Of course, you can rewrite once again, more if you want to get it perfect. Okay, so proofreading is actually a very important step. So you should not forget after you finish writing, you can read it by yourself. Also, hand it to your friends, or maybe who can give you some suggestions and recommendation and some feedbacks. Okay. Next one. So this is brainstorm. So we also call it mind map. So maybe here my topic is my new school. Okay. And what comes on my mind if you're if you hear the word my new school, maybe it can be students, classes, teachers, campus life, new boyfriend, new girlfriend. I don't know what comes on your mind, but when I hear the word, which is my topic, my new school, a lot of different ideas and also keywords come up. Okay, so you can just freely write it. It can be sentences, it can be words, it doesn't matter. You just write whatever you want. Okay, there is no rule. So after you write, by mind map, maybe you choose some important ideas. You just choose some keywords that you like. And that could be your topic sentence. Okay? That could be your ideas for this essay. So remember, your topic is given. Health, environment, I don't know, maybe trend. I'm not sure about which topic you'll be given to, but whenever you hear the topic, you just write the keywords that come up with you, that pops on your mind. There is no rule, so write it out. So that was brainstorm. Next one, it's outline. So outline is very important, so you have to be really familiar with this picture now here, okay? So let's have a look at outline here together. So essay is divided into 3 parts. First one, it's introduction. What's the second part? It's body paragraphs. And last one is conclusion. And each part, introduction, body, conclusion, they have different roles. So let's have a look in details. So first, let's look at intro. Introduction, you orientate the reader, identify the focus or purpose, outline scope, state thesis. Oh my god, what are they saying? It sounds kind of hard to understand. Okay, you don't have to understand all at this moment, but one thing you have to write, or one thing that you have to remember, it's this word. What's this word? This is. So remember thesis. This is the keyword. What's thesis? Okay, so I'm going to talk about it in details. So in introduction, you must include thesis statement. Next one is body paragraphs. So after introduction, you write body paragraphs. That's the main focus of an essay. So body paragraphs, there are usually 3 body paragraphs. So in a formal essay, maybe you are writing an essay, then there are 3 body paragraphs, or maybe 2. So 2 to 3 body paragraphs are fine. And each body paragraph, there are different sentences. So which is, first one, topic sentence. We also call it TS. Next one, it's supporting sentence or supporting details. And we also call it by SS. Last one is concluding sentence, which is CS. So in each body paragraph, there is TS, SS, CS. Next body paragraph, it's the same. TS, SS, CS, TS, SS, CS. Okay, so I'm going to talk about what they are, TS, SS, CS, and their role by showing an example. So here, you don't have to remember everything. Just remember, this is TS, SS, CS. Do you understand? Okay, now let's go to the last part, which is conclusion. So conclusion is actually the easiest part because you don't have to suggest a new idea, but you just wrap it up and summarize it. Okay, so I hope you are with me, okay? And let's go to the next part. So here is some writing process, okay? So in introduction, you talk about general ideas. What's general ideas? General idea means not specific ideas, which means no details. in introduction, you don't talk about specific ideas or details, but you write it really broad and you really focus on general backgrounds. And usually at the last part of your introduction, you introduce thesis statement. Thesis statement is the main idea sentence for the whole essay. So which can be topic sentence for an entire essay. And I'll talk about that in detail soon. Body paragraphs. How many body paragraphs are there? So it's not a rule, but there are usually 2 to 3 body paragraphs. You can write it, of course, more. 4 body paragraphs, 5 body paragraphs, it's okay. Okay? But 3, it's like an average and it's kind of like, common. In body paragraphs, you give examples and you can also use some transitional word. What are transitional words? I'll show you some examples of transitional word, but transitional words' role is that you connect sentences together. So you connect one sentence to another sentence. You make a flow by using transitional word. Last one is conclusion. So conclusion, like I mentioned before briefly, do not suggest a new idea. Summarize ideas that are mentioned above in earlier, paragraphs. So you can repeat. You can also restate. Restate means repeating. But when you restate, you write in different words. So you're not introducing different ideas or different sentences, but you change maybe word. For example, sometimes I can say environment is important. That's my idea. In concluding sentence or conclusion, you can change slightly. Everybody has to be caring of environment. So the meaning is the same, but I put in different words, which is restating. You can also challenge readers by asking questions. Okay? So for example, environment is important. We should pay attention to environment. Why don't we start it right away? You can start it by having a look at environment around you. So you can make suggestions or challenge the readers. Moving on. So I kept emphasizing, everybody, remember thesis statement. So what is thesis statement? So I briefly mentioned that it's the main topic sentence of an entire essay. So the whole essay is represented by one sentence. One topic sentence, one main idea, which can summarize the whole entire essay. So maybe I'm reading an essay or article. What is it talking about? What's the main message? That will be your thesis statement. So your thesis statement is the main one message of your essay or article. So if you do not include thesis statement in one sentence, that means you failed your writing. That means it's not a good essay. You can introduce usually in the introduction. So first body paragraph or maybe second body paragraph, which is still in the introduction part. And you usually introduce it at the end of the introduction part. So this statement, you must include it. Okay, let's look at this picture. This is hamburger structure. Do you like hamburger? So hamburgers are divided into 3 parts, which is bun. And then it's like a patty, cheese, tomatoes, lettuce, and another bun that supports it, that kind of concludes it. So we also say that essay is like a hamburger structures. So introduction, it's like a first bun on the top. That's not the main content of your hamburger, right? Bun, it's kind of starting point at the top. And, lettuce, tomatoes, cheese, or patty, they are like the main information, main content of your hamburger. So that's body paragraphs. And another bun at the bottom, it's conclusions. So we kind of make, and as an example, okay, your essay is like a hamburger. So remember hamburger structure. Next one. So now you know the structure of an essay: introduction, body paragraphs, conclusion. So we'll have a look into more details of what they are. So first one, it's introduction. So in introduction, you write hook. Hook, that's hook. So have you ever tried fishing? If you go fishing, your fish catches the hook. So hook means something that kind of, gets attention of the reader. So hook can be something interesting, something exciting, something kind of extreme. So it's an interesting fact about your topic. Next one, you can also introduce general ideas. I mentioned that, general idea, it's not specific ideas. So general idea, it's something like everybody knows about it. It's not something very unique. So you're kind of confirming that, okay, everybody knows about this topic. This is like a common sense. This is like very general statement. Everybody has an understanding of what this topic is. So you don't write too much details or maybe professional information. All right, so after introducing your general idea, now you are going over backgrounds. So what's backgrounds? So maybe you're talking about environment. So what's the current issue of environment these days? Maybe your topic is trend and you're writing about it. What's trend these days? So you basically introduce the backgrounds and what's happening. What's the current situations on this topic? Okay, so before you introduce your thesis statement, which is the main idea of an entire essay, you can write about hook, general idea, and also backgrounds. Remember, this doesn't have to be specific. Next one, we are moving on to body paragraphs. Okay, so body paragraphs are divided by 3 parts. First one is topic sentence, and then it's essay, which is supporting sentence, and last one is concluding sentence, which is CS. So TS is the main idea, okay, of this body paragraph. So topic sentence, you explain it usually in the beginning parts. So maybe most of the time it's first sentence or second sentence of your body paragraph. Of course, it can be at the end, or maybe you can split and you can write topic sentence. But most of the time, it's TS and it's usually in the beginning part. And then it's supporting sentence and it's concluding sentence. Let's go into more details. Topic sentence is divided by 2 parts: controlling idea and topic. So topic is given to you. Maybe it's trend. Maybe it's environment. So this is one idea, one keyword, which is subject. And then controlling idea describes topic. So for example, my topic is lifestyle. Lifestyle, it's my topic. This is one keyword. What about lifestyle? So my controlling idea describes topic. My controlling idea tells details about topic. Okay? So maybe my topic sentence can be lifestyle is influencing to your mentality and your physical health. That's my topic sentence. Okay, so my topic here is life pattern or lifestyle, and then my controlling idea is lifestyle. Okay, and then influences, it's from influences your physical and emotional body. That can be my controlling idea. Remember, topic sentence is just not just one keyword. That's just your topic. But your topic sentences has to be, subject, which is topic, and also verb. So it's a one complete sentence. Next one is supporting sentence. Supporting sentences, it's details, examples, reasons, adjectives, and describing words. So maybe your topic sentence is in the beginning part, and your supporting sentences, which are examples of topic sentence, which is more further details explanation of topic sentence, they support topic sentence. So you're saying, okay, yeah, my topic sentence is right. Why? And then you're providing all the evidences. That will be your supporting sentences. So topic sentence is just one, but supporting sentences can be multiple. Not just one, so maybe it's 2, 3, okay, 4, it can be multiple. That strengthens your topic sentence. Last one is concluding sentence. So concluding sentences, it's like your conclusion. So you make a summary of your topic sentence. You make a wrap up. So you wrap up the whole body paragraph. In this case, you're not suggesting new idea. So you simply repeat your topic sentence, maybe changing the words a little bit. So remember, you should include topic sentence, one topic sentence, maybe some supporting sentences, and concluding sentence in one body paragraph. So in each body paragraph, one topic sentence, some supporting sentences, concluding sentence. Next body paragraph, same structures. Okay, good. Let's move on. Now it's the last part, which is conclusions. Like concluding sentence, you wrap up, introduce no new idea, and you make a summary. Okay, so before I briefly mentioned about transitional words. What are transitional words? So let's go over some transitional words. So transitional words keep your paragraphs unified. So your paragraphs should be connected together in order to make a good flow. And transition words help your paragraphs read smoothly from one sentence to the next sentence. Okay? So if you don't have a transitional word, there are some disconnection and separation. So it's lack of unity. But they help the reader see the connections between ideas. So topic sentence 1, topic sentence 2. It looks a little bit different, but they are also relevant, which means there is a unity and there is a connection. So in order to make the connection smoothly, you make some transitional words. So there are different examples of transitional words. 3 functions are there for transitional word. First one is to add a new idea. So here you can say and, besides, finally, further, to, next, in addition, also, first, and second, and so on. So when you're introducing or adding new idea, you can say besides, next, additionally, in addition. You can use those transitional words to make good connection. Next one is to give an example. So you can simply say, for example, or for instance. Last one is to emphasize. What's emphasize? Emphasize means highlighting. Okay, this is the key important information. This is the emphasizing point. This is the most important information in this sentence. So to emphasize, you use the words such as definitely, obviously, always, and certainly. So these transitional words help your paragraphs unify together. Okay, let's move on to next page. So there are some more examples for transitional word. Okay. First, second, third, finally. You can use it too. Also, you can say first, next, last. For one thing, for another thing, and finally. First, more significant. Significant means important. You can also say most significant. That means it's the most important information. First, better, best. First, even worse, worst of all. Next one was for examples. Okay? So you can say in addition, another, when you are adding another example. Last one is also to show conclusions. So when you introduce your topic sentence, supporting sentence, and you're introducing concluding sentence. Or maybe you finish body paragraphs and then you are introducing your conclusion. In that case, you can use such transitional words to just suggest that this is conclusion. So you can say truly, all in all, in conclusion, as you can see, on the whole. Of course, there are some more examples. You can say in summary, to wrap up, all summarize. So you can choose some transitional word and change a little bit in order to make good connections and to help the readers to read more smoothly. Okay, let's move on. Next part, it's actually a very important part, so I want to emphasize it. Unity is very important in your essay. So what is unity and why is it so important? Let's go over it together. Okay, so let's read these instructions all together. Ready? Go. A paragraph is a group of sentences about a single idea. What's this single idea? Here it's thesis statement, which is the main idea of the entire essay. So all the paragraphs, a paragraph, it's all about your main idea. So your topic sentences introduce the audience to the topic. The concluding sentence may summarize the contents of the paragraph. So we learned this, right? So you understood until this part so far. The sentences in the middle provide details to support the main idea, which is supporting sentences, right? All of the sentences in the body paragraph, or paragraph should be about the same main idea. The sentences should be close related to each other. This is the key word. So you know there is a topic sentence, there are supporting sentences, there is concluding sentence, but they have to be related to each other. So they have relations, they are relevant to each other. This gives the paragraph unity. So one idea, okay? So it looks a little bit different, and you know TS, SS, CS, maybe their function and role is different, but remember, this is all about one main idea. This is all about topic sentence, and your topic sentences is all about this statement. So there is always connections. There is always one unity, okay? So you should not have different ideas. There should be all connected to one idea, which is called unity. So all parts of the paragraph work together to support a single main idea. So here, a single main idea is thesis statement. So you keep just hearing this word, thesis statements a lot of times, okay? So you should never forget this word. Okay, so sentences or ideas that are not closely related to the main idea are irrelevant, and they do not help explain and support the main idea. Okay, so if your sentences are not related to your main idea, which is this statement, there is a problem. That's called run-on sentence. That means the sentences should not belong to this essay. Okay? So no matter if it's topic sentence, supporting sentence, or concluding sentence, no matter if it's introduction, body paragraphs, or conclusion, it has to be related to one single main idea, which is this statement. So you read an article, maybe from the book, okay? Or maybe you write an essay, and there is one sentence, and you check it. Is this example? Is this supporting sentence? Is this topic sentence? Is this concluding sentence? You check the role of each sentence. That's your first step. And then your second step is that, oh, is this topic sentence related to your thesis statement? Yes or no? If it's yes, that means it's a good sentence. And I'm checking the supporting sentence. Is this related to thesis statement? No, this is actually not relevant. That means you should omit, you should delete, you should erase that sentence. So if there are sentences that kind of interrupt or maybe, kind of breaks your unity, then you should not include that sentence. Okay, so unity is very important in your essay. Let's move on. So to be relevant, your sentence should maybe have these 4 points. If your sentences are not irrelevant, or if your sentences does not have unity, then you have to change it. How? And you have to check it. How? And these are 4 standards. First one, let's go over it together. Be directly related to the main idea. So first step, it's directly related. Moving on, number 2, it support the main idea but not repeat it. Okay? So first one, it's directly related, and number 2, maybe support your main idea by examples, by explaining details, by describe it, by give further explanations. Okay? But it's not repeating the idea. Next one, let's move on. Next one is give new information or details that support the main idea. So this sentence kind of explains the role of supporting sentence too. Last one, not introduce an entire new main idea that is different from the topic sentence. I keep saying that, okay, in conclusion, in concluding sentence, do not introduce a new idea. So all the sentences have to be related to your main sentence, main idea, your thesis statement, and you should never introduce new idea. Okay, so let's go over the writing steps together. This is a review. We actually went over this slide. Number 1, brainstorm. Number 2, make an outline. Number 3, write a first draft. Number 4, you can read each other's writing and also give feedbacks to each other. You also have a proofreading and then editing. Editing is very important. And you repeat this part over and over again. You edit not just once, but you repeat editing once again, okay? Then your quality of writing will improve so much better. After you edit, then you write a final draft and you can submit it to your maybe professor, maybe your boss in the company, maybe your team leader, and that will be your final version of writing an essay, article, maybe your report. Okay, so these are the writing process and steps, and we'll try together. So let's get started. So remember the first step was brainstorming. So brainstorming is very similar to mind map. Have you ever had a mind map before? So here my topic is trend. So in brainstorming or mind map, I don't care about, sentence or maybe just word, or I don't care about the order. I just write whatever that comes on my mind, that pops on my mind. So if you hear the word trend, what can you think of? Maybe I can think of marketing. Oh, fashion. What else? Oh, place. Some maybe, popular places. Maybe music too. Okay, so those are the things that come up with me. Okay, let's continue. Let's move further. So when I think about marketing, maybe I think of an example which is social media. Remember SNS, it's actually not commonly used. So in English, we say social media. Another example could be of social media is like, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You can also write that. Fashion. These days, retro is very popular and fashionable. So I wrote retro. What about place? Old town. It's getting popular. So, some, like fancy places in Gangnam or Cheongdam, they're popular. But some old town, like, in Seoul, is also getting popular. Next one, it's music. Old-fashioned music. Let's go to another step. Let's take one more step further. So maybe old town will be Ujiro. This place is getting popular among young people. It used to be popular maybe for old generation, but it's getting actually popular again for younger generation as well, right? Next one, it's fashion, retro. So if you watch some Hollywood movie, fashions from 80s, 1980s, 1990s, or even 1970s are getting popular again. It looks very fashionable, right? So a lot of celebrities or TV stars, movie stars wear those items like, white pants or maybe some crop t-shirts, right? Or hairband, those are actually getting popular again. So I feel like, trend is recycling, it's like moving again and it's come back. So trends come back. Okay, so I wrote fashion, retro, and some examples from movies and celebrities, and I kind of talk about maybe new idea. Okay, so trend comes back. Maybe that could be your topic sentence. I don't know. What about music? So maybe some old pop. And kind of new unique genre of, Korean pop, which is trad, is also getting really popular in the Korean society. Okay, so let's have a look at mind map, our brainstorm. So, trend, marketing, fashion, place, music, and some examples. So you just write whatever you want. And there is no order, there is no right or wrong. What is next step? Next step number 2 was make an outline. And make an outline, this is very important step. Let's have a look. Okay. So before you write, before you move on to next step, now you can talk about your topic sentence. So my topic sentence, which is my main idea of thesis statement, is trend can connect old and young generation together. See, so those are example, retro, some old town, old pop music, different genres of music. So trends come back, maybe old trend, outdated, old-fashioned trend from 1990s, 1980s. They are coming back and younger generation are enjoying it now. So trend can connect old and younger generation together. That can be my thesis statements, which is representative idea or main idea of the whole essay. So after writing mind map or brainstorming, I came up with my thesis statements. So if you succeed making a thesis statement, that is very good and you're successful. Let's move on to outline. So now you're familiar with this picture of writing structure. Intro, body, conclusion. Okay? So this is statement, introduction, and TS, SS, CS, and summary in conclusion. Based on this outline structure, I'm going to write outline together with you. Okay, so number 2 step, make an outline based on brainstorming. So in brainstorming, you wrote all the keywords and you came up with your main idea. So you're brainstorming, okay, and then you're making an outline based on introduction, body paragraphs, and conclusion. So first one, introduction, what do you have to do? Remember, to bring your memories back, hook, general idea, background, and thesis. So you got to include those 4 parts. So my hook, retro culture is popular now. For example, places, music, fashion, and etc. That'll be my hook. So what's hook again? It's an interesting fact about my topic. Next one, I talk about general statement, general idea, or backgrounds. So sometimes there is a gap between young generation and old generation, and they don't understand each other. It's hard to understand. But retro culture is loved by all different generations. That can be my background. So here, I'm not giving details. I'm not introducing too specific ideas. I'm just writing about general idea that everybody knows. And it's a background. What's happening? Okay, retro culture is getting popular. It's loved by all generations. That's like happening, the current situation of trend now. Moving on, the most important part, which is thesis statement. So trend connects old and young generation. That's my main idea of this essay. Okay, so if you make good introduction, then there is more possibility for you to write better body paragraphs. Remember, unity is very important. So your next body paragraph should be connected to your thesis statement and your introduction. Now let's move on to body paragraph number 1. Your body paragraphs can be multiple, 3, 4, 5. You can write 2 body paragraphs too. So let's have a look of first body paragraph and make an outline. Remember, body paragraphs is composed of 3 different types of sentences. What are they? They are TS, SS, and CS. So my topic sentence number 1 for body paragraph 1 is that retro culture brings memories of old generation. So here, I'm checking my unity. My topic sentence, is it related to my thesis statement? Yes or no? Let's check it out. My thesis statement is that trend connects old and younger generation. And my TS, retro culture brings memories of old generation. So my TS1 supports my thesis statement. So it's a good TS. Next one, it's my supporting sentences. So I can use example of music, fashion, places in more details. So in introduction, when I wrote who, I also used this, but I didn't introduce specifically. I didn't talk about examples of, white pants, old pop music, trot, or some musician's name, or name of the places like Urjiro. But here in body paragraph, I'm giving all the detailed examples. So here I talk about, white pants, all the detailed examples for each part. So remember, introduction, do not write specifically. Body paragraph, especially supporting sentences part, you write it very specifically, and they support your topic sentence. Okay, good. Next one, it's your, what is it? Body paragraph 2. So here I skip concluding sentence because concluding sentence is just basically the repetition and wrap up summary. So you can actually write actual concluding sentence when you write a first draft. So remember outline, you don't have to all the sentences. Outline is just a plan. So maybe here you can write complete sentences or just keyword is fine. This is just for you to make a good plan. Next one, body paragraph number 2. Here I also talk about TS and SS. My TS2. Outdated. Outdated means old. Old-fashioned. Old-fashioned also means the same meaning as outdated. So outdated or old-fashioned items are trendy for young generation. Is it true? Yes, this is true. And in order to check the unity, is this related to my this statement? Let's check it out. Trend connects old and young generation. Outdated items are trendy for young generation. Yes, this is related to my this statement. So it's a good TS. Moving on, supporting sentence. Sentence, its details, example, description, and adjectives. Let's have a look at supporting sentences of body paragraph number 2. So I say popular on social media. So all these, fashionable, trendy items are actually uploaded on Instagram, Facebook, and it's popular on social media. A lot of celebrities use it. So celebrities use not fancy items, luxurious items, but retro items, kind of outdated styles. And that could be my supporting sentences. Next one is concluding sentence, and you don't introduce a new idea, but you make a summary. Okay, moving on. Is conclusion, and you make a summary. So here I don't write all the sentences, each sentences in details for my outline. Outline is just my plan. So when you start writing your essay, your first draft, you put outline maybe on your desk. That's your guideline. That's your plan. And you start writing based on your outline. So sometimes you have a limitation on your time. You don't have enough time, but you should still not forget making a good outline. If you just start writing right away without outline immediately, then most likely you have less chance to write good thesis, good TS, good essays. So I strongly recommend you make an outline first, and then you start writing based on the outline you have made. Okay, good. So please try and make an outline. So you start first draft based on outline, and the next step is getting feedbacks, proofreading, and then editing. So sometimes you can ask maybe your professor, maybe your friends, or maybe you can ask your boss, you can ask your colleagues, maybe you can ask your team manager, but sometimes you don't have any person to ask. In that case, of course, you have to check it by yourself. Self-assessment is also proofreading, and this process is very important. So let's check some criteria for self-assessment, which is proofreading. So there are some categories. First one, do the sentences in your paragraph support your what? Topic sentence. So remember, your all sentences have to support your topic sentences. So have a look at your essay, read it through, and ask yourself, okay, my sentences in my paragraph support the topic sentence? Yes or no? If you say yes, that means you pass it. So it's okay. Next one, number 2, let's check it out. Do you use transition words to unify the plan and help your ideas flow smoothly? So I show you examples of transitional words, and that helps you or essay go and flow more smoothly. So if you forgot to write it, check no and add some transitional words so your essay can be maybe have better flow. Okay, last one. Underline any comparative and superlative adjectives. Are they in the correct form? What does that mean? So some adjectives have to be in effective way, so that gives detailed information about you. Your topic, maybe it's about trend, and you describe your trend, maybe you describe your fashionable items for trend by using, very detailed comparative adjective, superlative adjectives. So please use detailed word. In that case, if your vocab is, lack, you can use dictionary, of course. So find dictionary, what's the meaning of this? What are the better adjectives? So here, one more tip. Do not repeat the same adjectives. So I can say, oh, it's so beautiful, 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 beautiful. Whenever you describe your topic, you use the same adjective, it sounds so boring. So maybe this time you use beautiful. Next time you say awesome. Next time you use maybe better quality. Next time you use maybe luxurious. So the meanings are slightly different, but the adjectives, are more, there is like more variety. And that makes your essay sound interesting. So I check yes. Next one. In each word used correctly, is your word correctly used? Check a dictionary if you are not sure. So here you can talk about, your word is used in a right form. Sometimes you want to use verb, but you use maybe adjectives. Sometimes you want to use noun, but you use adjectives. So change the form. For example, there is a word affect, which is E-F-F-E-C-T, affect. Affect, it's noun form. A lot of people are confused this word with affect, which is verb form. Verb, it's A-F-F-E-C-T. So you got to always check out, is this verb, is this adjective, is this noun, okay? And use the correct version. Affect, noun, verb, okay? What's right? So check out the dictionary. Next one. Does the plan include vocabulary from the unit? Okay? So your vocabularies have to be fluent, okay? Different types of, vocabs. So there are some key words that relate to your topic. So try to use different vocabs. Last one is punctuation, spelling, and grammar. You know spelling, you know grammar, punctuation like period, comma, quotation mark. Those should be correctly used. So format of an essay is also very important. Okay, so after you talk about this self-assessment and check it, you can start writing the second draft, which is the final draft. Okay, so we're going to start writing together. First draft, you will start with the first draft. So remember, you make a brainstorming first, outline, and then you start writing based on your outline. Remember, you have to follow the essay structure. This statement is important. You got to include it in introduction. Your body paragraph should include TS, SS, CS, and they have to be relevant to your main idea, which is this is a statement, and it's called unity. How do we make a good unity? You can use transitional words. Transitional words make your essay flow better and smooth. After you write first draft, you always have to do proofreading, which is based on, all different categories. Spelling, grammar, vocabs, some structures, unity. You got to check all these criteria. And also you can get some feedbacks from, peer. And then you can rewrite it. So before you start writing, we'll talk about the essay format in details. Alright, so I will show you a template of an essay. So let's imagine that these are the topics given for you, and you can choose any topic from it. So here, I want to choose topic maybe family. So my topic is family. You can write it. And that's your topic, but that's not your title. So you can make your title here. And remember, the structure is intro, body, and conclusion. So in order to make you, clear, I just wrote introduction. But when you actually start writing, you don't have to write this. So introduction, remember, you write background, general ideas. And most importantly, you write thesis statements at the end of the introduction. This is not must, but you usually introduce the last part of it. Next one is body paragraph. And your body paragraphs includes one topic sentence, supporting sentences, and concluding sentence. Have you ever noticed some space? So when you start each body paragraph or maybe introduction or maybe each just paragraph, there is a space. So here you press the tab button and it will make a space before you start paragraphs. So tab is like a signature. Tab kind of means that okay, I'm introducing a new paragraph. So don't forget tab. Also, if you see, this arrangement, this is like one line together and looks clean. How do I do it? So I use this arrangement. Not this, but this. So here you can press this button and that makes your essay more neat and clean. Let's move on. Same with your body paragraph 2, TS1, SSCS, and then its conclusion. Here also you press tab, click tab, okay, and there is a space. So this is the basic format or template of your essay. Here again, I just write conclusion, I just wrote SS, TS, like, this in the bracket. This is just for you to give you, idea about template, but when you actually write an essay, you should not, write it. For example, SS, CS like this, you don't write that. Now, let's move on and have a real example of an essay and see how we wrote it together. Let's check it out. Okay, so this is an example essay, sample essay, okay, to, give you a better idea. And my topic is family. So I wrote topic family here, and I'm writing title. Here I skipped the process of making an outline and also, brainstorming. This is after. So I'm looking at a first draft of your essay in order to check out the structure of it. Let's check it out together. So I wrote the title. My title is The Growing 혼족 Lifestyle. Have you ever heard the word or new term 혼족? 혼족 is a new trendy word for, representing Korean society. It's a new family form, right? So my topic is 혼족 lifestyle. Let's check it out. So here, introduction. Background, general idea, and my thesis statement. In South Korean society, there is a lot of pressure to start a family. This is background. Starting a family is not easy. Some people don't want a family and it's very expensive to start a family. Many people are choosing to live the solo life or 혼족 lifestyle. So this is not too much detail, but it's just general statements and background. And it's also an interesting fact, so it all includes hook, background, and general idea. So here, my thesis statement. The Honjo lifestyle is trending in South Korea, which means that the Honjo life is getting popular in Korea. That is my thesis statement. Let's move on to body paragraph. Body paragraph number 1. Remember TS, SS, and CS. What's my TS? Young people give up to have a new family member because of all the burdens coming from it. That's my TS. It's a little bit long. So here, that will be from here to here, it'll be the main information. So people give up new family member because of all the burdens coming from it. That's one reason. So my topic sentences explains the reasons for why Honjo lifestyle is getting popular. So here you got to include your topic and controlling idea. So I didn't specifically mention Honjo here, but give up new family member, it's like Honjo. You can actually replace to Honjo. And these are the reasons. So it's a good topic sentences that includes both topic and controlling idea. And here are some supporting sentences, which are examples, details, describing words and adjectives. One big reason for Honjo life is many men and women are choosing not to have children. If you aren't going to have a child, then why would you get married? It might be better to live alone. For many women, having a child means stopping their work life. Many women feel like they would lose their independence if they stop working. So these are all my supporting sentences, and let's stop here for seconds. So let's have a look. Do they support all my TS? Yes or no? Are they related to my TS? Is there unity? If your answer is yes, that means it's all possible and it's all acceptable. If there is any sentence that is not related to your topic sentence, that means you should omit it and delete the sentence. Let's keep moving on. Okay, so here, many women feel like they would lose their independence if they stop working. Another reason for the Honjo lifestyle is marriage itself. Being married means you will have new family with new in-laws. This can be very stressful, especially for women. Mother-in-laws are not always the easiest people to get along with. And then we are moving on to concluding sentence. Due to all the burdens and pressure of getting a new family member, people choose to live alone. So my concluding sentence. Is this a new idea? No, this is actually very related to my topic sentence. So if we go back to our topic sentence, many people have Honjo life because of the burdens, right? That's my TS. And if you look into your concluding sentence, all the burdens and pressures, they choose to live alone. Actually, if we have a close look, my TS and CS, they are the same sentences. The meaning itself is actually same. But I use different words, which means restating. So my TS is okay. My CS is okay. It's a summary. It's repeating TS, but in different words. Now, so my first paragraph looks fine. Let's move on to my second body paragraph. So remember, you can include 3 body paragraphs or more, but here I simply wrote 2 body paragraphs. So my TS2, a big reason men are living the Honjo lifestyle is the price. Here, we're going to talk about the price. Traditionally, men need to buy an apartment for their wife before they can marry. the price of housing is becoming too expensive for many people. So you can simply notice that first body paragraph was focused on a woman's, choice, and body paragraph 2, it's focused on men's life. So it's kind of divided into two parts. And my supporting sentences are actually very directly related to my TS, and they are the examples, details, explanations, and adjectives of my TS. Let's keep reading it. They literally can't afford to get married, so many men give up. Now moving on to concluding sentence. It costs too much to find a life partner or live with the spouse. Spouse means wife or maybe husband. Unfortunately, forming a new family has become a pipe dream for young Koreans. Pipe dream means that imaginary dream. It's hard to achieve. Okay? So let's have a look at my TS and CES. Are they related to each other? In CS, am I introducing a new idea? If the answer is no, that means you got to find new topic, new concluding sentence. You got to change it. But if your answer is yes, that means it's good, acceptable. Those are very simple two simple body paragraphs, but they all support and meet the criteria. Let's move on to conclusion. Living a solo life or the honjo lifestyle isn't a good or bad thing. Society is changing really fast and people are changing too. Marriage has a few bad signs and it is becoming increasingly less affordable to get married. In my conclusion, is this new idea? No. Is this summary? Yes. Okay? So, but I didn't, use exactly same words to make my essay more interesting and sounds a little bit different. I paraphrase it and I try to use different words in order to say the same main idea. So here I finished writing a first draft. After you write the first draft, of course you can go back to the self-assessment, check it through. Is this okay? Is this not okay? And you can also get some feedbacks from peer. And then you can write the final version of it and then submit your essay or maybe report or maybe article. Okay. So here we talk about what's an essay. How do we write an essay in English? There is an essay structure, essay steps, process, and also writing tips. So remember all these tips and keep it on your mind, okay? Don't just start writing right away, okay? Please write step by step. Now I want to ask you to write an essay based on this structure. Of course, this is not easy at all, but I want you to try it, and I hope you get improve better and better. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
All the broken people, put your hands up high. If you lift them up, you might just touch the sky. All the lonely people, put your hands up high. If you loosen up, you might just learn to fly. All the highs and the lows and the way it all goes, you can't let them keep you down. If you're lost, if you're broke, if you're stuck on the road, you can turn it all around. 'Cause we gotta trust in love, something that can't be touched, a feeling to lift us up, all in the name of love. All the broken people, put your hands up high. If you lift them up, you might just touch the sky. All the lonely people, put your hands up high. If you loosen up, you might just learn to fly. Learn to fly. Sometimes it gets difficult, but everything's the same. Toss and turn, push and pull, you don't know who to blame. There is always something to hold on to in your life. Just keep that head up, don't you worry, it will be alright. All the broken people, put your hands up high. If you lift them up, you might just touch the sky. All the lonely people, put your hands up high. If you loosen up, you might just learn to fly. All the broken people, put your hands up high. If you lift them up, you might just touch the sky. All the lonely people, put your hands up high. If you loosen up, you might just learn to
You make me soft, you make me juicy, you make me wet and sweet. You get me lost, like the movie, in translation 3D. And ooh, jumping in the pool, diamonds in my shoes, put it on the news, let's get me dipping. Ooh, meet me in the bar, come a little snack for you. You make me go so cold, honest, why you tender touch. Imagine if I make you fall in love. You would be so cold, honest, why you tender touch. Baby, I wanna make you want me love. Make you love, 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 love. Make you love, 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 love. Make you. I'm getting stuck between your teeth. You wanna save me for later, but boy, I'm ready. So come on, baby. I'm on the highest tree inside of a volcano. And